Hello Bama fans! While many critics are talking about Bama's poor year in 2024, Joel Klatt has given Alabama a good assessment and that bodes well for 2025. Let's get to the news. Joel Klatt's assessment of Alabama not only reinforces the Crimson Tide's position as one of the most promising teams for the 2025 season, but also highlights the potential the program has to surprise many observers on the national stage. Placing Alabama as the 9th best team post-spring is a significant accolade, especially when you consider the fierce competition in the SEC and the high level of college football today. Klatt, known for his meticulous analysis and appreciation for collective talent, clearly demonstrated that he sees something special brewing in Tuscaloosa. The Fox Sports analyst highlighted key points that explain why Alabama is in his top 10. Starting with the return of key pieces and the reconnection between Kalin Dbor and Ryan Grubb, one of the most productive pairings in football in recent years. The duo has proven their ability to create electric and efficient offenses, as seen during their time in Washington with Michael Penix Jr. at the helm. Now, with Ty Simpson positioned as the presumptive starting quarterback, there is growing expectation that the Crimson Tide offense could explode in 2025. Simpson, a former 5-star recruit, has waited patiently for his chance and appears ready to take the reins of the team. His development over the past few years, combined with Grubb's offensive expertise, could result in one of the most dynamic offenses in the conference. Klatt also mentioned other key names that reinforced this confidence in Alabama. On the defensive side, players like Tim Keenan on the defensive line and Deontay Lawson on the linebacker group are examples of leaders who can change the course of a game with their physical presence and tactical intelligence. Additionally, on offense, Ryan Williams' experience and Jeremy Bernard's versatility offer powerful weapons to complement the passing and ground game. And, of course, we can't forget Caden Proctor, a pillar of the offensive line who has already accumulated 3 years as a starter, and Parker Brailsford, who brings stability and strength to the protection area. Klatt admitted that he had difficulty positioning the Crimson Tide on his list, but that only reflects the mix of uncertainty and excitement surrounding the team. There are questions about how everything will fit together, but the initial responses seem to point to an extremely positive scenario. Coach Kalin Dbor, who has already shown clear signs of improvement in his first year, now has a roster that seems more mature, more cohesive and, above all, more committed to his vision. This creates a solid foundation for Alabama to not only compete, but also overcome some of the nation's top powerhouses. With the season opener set for August 30th against Florida State in Tallahassee, the Crimson Tide has an opportunity to make a statement right away. While this will be a challenging matchup, Alabama enters as one of the favorites to not only win this game, but to make a significant impact throughout the season. The combination of talent, experience, and coaching leadership puts the team in a prime position to surprise many critics and even exceed the most optimistic expectations. Joel Klatt's ranking of Alabama in his top 10 not only validated the work done thus far, but also shed light on the team's enormous potential for 2025. With each piece of the puzzle gradually falling into place, the Crimson Tide has all the tools necessary to be a top performer this season. Let's get going! And what has Kalin Dbor been saying? With Kalin Dbor's leadership, the program has not only maintained its relevance, but has also demonstrated an impressive ability to retain talent in an increasingly volatile environment. The fact that Alabama was the only team in the conference to not lose any scholarship players in the most recent transfer window is something that is noteworthy and deserves to be highlighted. This feat does not happen by chance, it reflects a carefully constructed environment, where athletes feel valued and see a promising future within the program. Kalin Dbor, in his public appearances, has conveyed a clear message: the focus is on human development as much as athletic performance. During his participation in the Senior Bowl Charity Classic in Fairhope, Dbor spoke about the team's progress and how the 2025 roster is beginning to take shape. He highlighted the importance of relationships between players and coaching staff, emphasizing that these bonds create a sense of belonging. "You really start to understand who your team is," he said, and that phrase carries significant weight. It's not just about names on a roster or stats on a scoreboard, it's about people who are committed to each other, who understand the value they can bring to the group. That commitment was tested early in 2024, when Alabama faced some struggles, including close losses that could have shaken any team's confidence. However, a 9-4 record, with 3 of those losses coming by the narrowest of margins, shows that the team was always on the verge of big wins. Now, with a year under their belt under Dbor, the players seem more comfortable with the routines and strategies the coach has implemented. That familiarity is crucial in a league as competitive as the SEC, where details matter. "You know the routines," Dbor said, "and it shows in the way the team interacts on and off the field." The coach also highlighted the evolution of the group's chemistry, something that goes beyond tactics and drills. The idea of deeper engagement, in his words, reflects a collective mindset that is essential to success. When players genuinely care about each other, they become more than teammates, they become family. This dynamic allows them to find ways to overcome adversity and win in the crunch moments of a game. That's exactly what Alabama needs to do to remain a dominant force in the SEC. The 2025 season is already buzzing with excitement, especially with the August 30th opener against Florida State in Tallahassee. It will be the Crimson Tide's first visit to this city in many years, and the matchup promises to be an important test early in the schedule. With the solid foundation that Dbor has built and no significant losses on the roster, Alabama enters the new year with renewed confidence. The players appear ready to learn from past mistakes and turn them into opportunities for growth. Dbor also mentioned the importance of giving back to the communities and using football as a tool to positively impact those around them. This reflects a philosophy that extends beyond the field, showing that the Alabama program is not just focused on winning, but also on developing men of character. This humane approach certainly contributes to the healthy environment that has kept players on the team, even in the face of the temptations of the transfer market. As Alabama prepares for the new season, it is clear that Kalin Dbor's work is beginning to pay off. His vision for the program is not just about immediate wins, but about creating a sustainable culture of success. "This guy is funny." Former West Virginia coach Rich Rodriguez rekindled a funny memory in a recent interview with CBS Sports, joking that he deserves a statue outside Bryant-Denny Stadium. Not because he coached Alabama, but because he didn't accept the job that, in 2007, ushered in Nick Saban, and with him, a golden era that transformed the Crimson Tide into a byword for excellence. Let's go back in time. In 2006, Alabama was searching for a new leader after the departure of Mike Shula. The program, though historically glorious, needed a breath of fresh air, someone who could reignite the flame of a team that was once feared by all. Rumors had Rich Rodriguez, then West Virginia's coach, as the favorite. He was a hot name, known for his brilliant offensive mind and success in Morgantown. Some reports at the time even suggested that the deal was done, that Rodriguez would be the next to walk the sidelines in Tuscaloosa. But in a twist that is personal, Alabama fans would rather celebrate what was an era of dominance that put the Crimson Tide at the top of the game. This story, however, is not just about the past. It resonates today, as Alabama is still adapting to the Kalin Dbor system. After Saban's retirement, many questioned whether the Tide could maintain its standard of excellence. But Dbor, with his modern approach, his offensive expertise and his ability to connect with players, is showing that the future can be as bright as the past. He inherits a program that not only won, but defined what it means to win. And just as Saban was the right choice in 2007, Dbor seems to be the right man for 2025. The ever-demanding fans are already starting to see signs of hope, whether in the intense practices, the renewed energy of the players, or the strategies that promise to keep Alabama as a football machine. Rodriguez's joke about the statue, of course, is just that, a joke. But it reminds us how capricious fate can be. One decision, made nearly 2 decades ago, set off a chain of events that has taken Alabama to unimaginable heights. And now, with Dbor at the helm, the Crimson Tide are ready to write the next chapter. The fans fill Bryant-Denny Stadium, singing Sweet Caroline and dreaming of more titles. What do you think? Comment below.